welcome back to the Spydahs Web, and we should be having a Q&A session this week, or today rather, but we've had no question. Well, we had one question this week, so I'm going to be putting that back hopefully to next week, when we can incorporate that into hopefully another Q&A session where we're going to have more than one question. So, what are we going to be doing in this video? Well, it's just going to be a little bit of a chat. First off, somebody did mention, after a comment I made about being a Kate Bush fan, somebody made a comment about it, and just to show, yes, I'm serious about that. Here's my mug that I'm using, which has all her album covers on it. Yeah, so look, fell in love with Kate Bush when I first heard Wuthering Heights in the late 70s. So, yes. Now, what's been happening so far? Well, for the past few weeks I've not been at the studio. I've not been feeling too good. I had a serious fibro flare up and basically put me out of action for a few weeks. I'm getting over it now, but on those days where I felt okay-ish, I've been shooting videos where I'm painting the city expansion minis from Talisman. I've got quite a few of them up. They're all finished now and ready for editing and uploading. Where did we leave off? I think it was at the part of the Tinkerer I put up last. I can't remember. It may well have been, I don't know. But as I said, they're all done. I say it's just a case of sitting down and over the next week or so, just editing and uploading when I can. But this leads me into something that I started doing for the what I've wanted to do for the studio, but I can do it here as well, I think. Quick brew first. Oh. When my daughter turned 18, she decided she wanted to become a blood donor. So I went with her, and that was, well, she's 25 next week, next Friday. So about 7 years ago, I've been a blood donor. And I've recently got in contact, or I asked them about getting some information sent to me in regards to blood donor and transplant services, in order that I can publicise it a little on the at the studio. So every now and again I get emails with blood donor sessions. So anybody who is living in the Wrightington, Wigan and Lee National Health Service Trust area who is watching, and you'd be interested in giving blood, I might as well read them out for you. So I might as well do it here as well as at the studio. Right, so both of these are on Tuesday the 15th of September. The first one is 1300 to 1530, and then later 1700 to 1930 at MacDonald Killycourt Hotel, the Lakeside Suite, which is at Chorley Road, Standish. And the second one, again on Tuesday the 15th of September, 1400 to 1600 and 1730 to 1930 at Perbold Village Hall. That's number 2, the Green, Perbold. So that's 2 sessions for blood donor services on the 15th of September, which is a Tuesday. as I said, anybody who lives around this area who is interested, please go along and donate some blood. Every little helps, as they say. Is that a supermarket? I can't remember. Right. That's public service announcements over with. Let's get back to the brew. Priorities. Now, I've just realised something. Oh, I seriously just realised something. I'm sat here chatting, having a brew. This is not Pete's channel mini wargame. Oh dear Lord. It's just that I've made myself a brew before I started doing this. Oh well, never mind. Anyway. A bit frightening. It just... No, sorry. Yes, I'll put a link to his channel in the description. Any channel I mention on here, I'll put a link in the description, so I might as well do so again as with this. So, what was I going to say then? I've forgotten. Oh dear Lord. Oh yes. During my videos I've been doing with Talisman over the past couple of weeks, I've mentioned that I have been playing a particular video game that is Warhammer 40k related, and I've decided I'm going to do a little project. This little project I'm not going to go into detail now because I did actually mention this, so I said in one of my Talisman painting videos. I just went off on a tangent while I was painting. But this particular project I'm going to do not as a pointing the video and doing it while you're watching. I'm just going to do like a vlog. But I'm just going to construct something. And hopefully one day I'll be able to make a use of it and show you how it works. Could be interesting. Watch this space. You'll hear more about it in one of my other videos, one of the Talisman videos. But I was going to talk about it today, and I've just realised that I can't because I went into a little bit of detail into it. Another video, so I might as well wait for that one to come out and I can do it. Haha. So it's Warhammer 40k related. I've been playing a couple of video games recently. Got back into playing those. I'm not going back to Warhammer 40,000. I stopped collecting a few years ago. I've not really played it, so I'm not going back to it. So it's just a little project which also just piqued my interest. So I'm going to see what I can do with it. Me and my daft ideas. So there's something that's going to be coming up. Now next week. It's the 21st of August today. A week tomorrow, which will be the 29th of August, a games night. We're going to get a few people around who are having a games night, so more games night videos to come from next week. Scragger will be back, as will my friends and neighbours Damien and Lee. They're going to be here as well. And the games we're going to be playing, I think, are going to be card based. I'm not saying they're going to be card games, but there could be things like Pandemic, Gem Rush, Forbidden Island, Forbidden Deserts. I have Flux. I've got various card games. You've got Ascension, Smash Up. So I think we're going to do an evening playing card games, because as you know, Damien and Lee aren't what you class as gamers, so I wouldn't attempt doing anything like Dead of Winter with them, or I think the zombie side might be pushing it a little bit, but that's going to be coming up next week. So hopefully we'll get quite a few videos in, because some of the games I'm thinking of playing are not very long games, so I might get quite a few in next week, fingers crossed. So look out for those. And now I've finished the talisman stuff, I'm not going to be doing any videoing or anything over the next week, because I want to pack all my stuff away and get in here tied up, because I haven't been able to stand or do much of stand or sit for long periods of time over the last few weeks, and I'm feeling up to it now, so it really needs a good spring cleaning, shall we say. I'm not going to show you around because it's a mess. It's like somebody's just set a bomb off in here. Space Marines walks in and thrown a frag grenade and left. So that's one of those things. But something I am looking forward to over this weekend, however, is Beasts of War coverage of Dungeon Saga. They're doing a Dungeon Saga weekend. Apparently, I think it's starting today. I think it's starting with an unboxing. They get to unbox it, and maybe one of the backers has to still wait. This is not fair. I want my game. No, I am actually looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to actually seeing what we're going to be getting. And when we do get it, expect a detailed unboxing from me, because I have hemorrhaged money into this project. I think I've got almost everything. So there's going to be a absolute load of stuff that's going to be unboxed when the boxes decide to turn up. So there's something you can all look forward to. I don't know how they're going to come, whether they're all going to come in these two little boxes, or whether they're all packed separately, or I don't know, but we'll soon find out, all being well. That and Kings of War 2nd edition, looking forward to getting my copy of that, and my new army. My new army is the Forces of the Abyss. I'm looking forward to getting a demon army on the go, alongside my undead army. Painting red flesh for a change. It's going to be fun. I'm also toying with the idea of starting another army as well. Sticking with the evil side, I'm toying with either the Abyssal Dwarves or the Twilight Kin. I like the look of both, and I can't work out. However, the Twilight Kin, I think, because they've made the new army list, I think it is, for them, I think what I might do is wait and see what they do with the miniatures before I go any further. So the chances are, if I do start picking up a new army, it's probably going to be the Abyssal Dwarves, thinking about it. Because there was rumours on Beasts of War that, well, not rumours, but the chappie who's been over there with the Kings of War stuff, has said that there may be Twilight Kin models coming out fairly soon. Well, not fairly soon. He doesn't know. He said he didn't know when, but I said the new army list has come up for Twilight Kin. So fingers crossed we might get something soon. Failing that, I suppose I can always go to Warhammer Fantasy and try and find some of the old Dark Elf models on eBay or somewhere. There are always options, So I'm looking forward to a a good evil army. No, I'm looking forward to a rather large evil aligned army for Kings of War. I'm determined to beat the Jesus out of Scragger and his Badger Riders. I hate his Badger Riders. I've played him twice and lost both times. I'm not a happy puppy at this because he just keeps wheedling his Badger army around the side or the back of my troops and just, oh, that's 90 dice if he gets to the back of me. Not good. But no, I've thoroughly enjoyed playing Kings of War. I've lost, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, I think I'm about getting to grips with the basic rules now. Things have started sinking in. So hopefully, very soon they can sink in enough that I feel confident about actually doing a video of us playing it. So we'll see how things go. Just need a few more games, I think, under my belt, so I know what I'm doing. Next, now that... Oh, what was I saying? Yes, before, as I was saying earlier, this week I'm going to be spending time tidying up in the house, in the flat. When I start shooting videos again, it's going to be trying to finish off Space Hulk. I really want to get this done. It's lying there. I've had it for almost a year, if not over a year, and I've only painted 3 figures off from it yet. So I really want to get going and I want to have a play of this. So I want to focus myself and get myself motivated. I want to get these minis going, but because I'm trying to do them at the best of my ability and really detailed, it's taking a long time to do each mini. So what I'm thinking of doing is finishing off this squad that I'm doing now, then doing an equal number of Gene Stealers, and then just getting on with it in my own time. For the simple reason being, as I said, it's just taking so long. I've walked away from it for a while, come back to it, and it's simply the time it's taking to paint one of these models. I think I could do, if I could just get the production line going on it, and that'd be able to do it a lot quicker. But for the time, because I want to focus on one particular model for a video, it's just taking so long to get done. So I'm going to finish this one squad, then do 5 G. I've done 5, in fact I've done 6 Space Marines of the Terminators. I've done with this squad and the 5-man squad plus the Librarian. I'm also going to do the dead Space Marine that sat on the throne. I'll do that one as well, and then I will do an equal number of Gene Stealers to show how I'm doing those. Though saying that, the Gene Stealers, they're all going to be painted in exactly the same way. So there we are. But I'm going to do, as I say, the 6. I'm going to do one of each of the different molds. Let's put it that way, of the Gene Stealers. So that's going to be coming up fairly soon as well. I'm also wanting to get Steve Dutton and Anita down, and possibly either Gaz or Scragger or possibly somebody else from the Games Club to join us and do and play Relic. I still have Relic Nemesis expansion to paint, but it's one we haven't focused on yet. We played it a few times when I first got it, but I've not played it for a long time. So I'm actually thinking of taking it down to the club tonight and see if anybody fancies a game. This is the Warhammer 40k version of Talisman, if you're wondering, because there's quite a few different games now with the word Relic in. There's Relic Knights, Relics, Relic Runners, and possibly more that I can't remember or don't know about. yeah, so hopefully we can get that sorted out. Another thing as well I want to do is work on a campaign of Zombicide. It's something that was asked a few weeks ago in one of my Q&A things. I glossed over the question then because I'd had the idea previously and I was toying with the idea, and then I thought, when I was asked the question, I decided earlier in the week to have a word with Steve, Anita and Scragger to see if they would all be interested in doing a campaign, and they've each said yes. So we are going to be doing a campaign on Zombicide. Now it's either going to be trying to get it done in one evening if we can, or it's going to be one that's going to be stretched out over a number of months, shall we say. Depends on how readily we can get together to play these. So I've sent Steve an email with two of the campaigns that I found on Board Game Geek to see if any of those would interest him. I forgot to ask him last week whether he'd actually had a look at them or not. But I'll try and remember tonight to do that and see what happens. And I think that is it, really. All I wanted to go over. Say about Space Hulk. I'm pointing because you can't actually see my hand there, but I'm sort of waddling my finger at the unpainted Space Marine Terminator models for Space Hulk that I have on the table beside of me. I've also got Temple of Elemental Evil to paint. So the Relic Nemesis expansion. There's another expansion for Relic that I want to get my hands on. There's two more expansions for Talisman that I want to get my hands on. Mansions of Madness monsters that I need to paint. There's a few Kings of War minis that I want to paint as well. I have a Strider for Dead Zone that I'm going to be painting up as a Corporation Strider, because I have one for the Plague faction. And I don't know what else I need to say. So I've got four models here. There's 3 models for Space Hulk, primed, base coated and ready to go. I've got the 4 models from the Firelands Talisman expansion, primed and ready to go. And after that, it's a case of doing what I can. So hopefully I can get these Space Hulk ones done fairly quickly. Not fairly quickly, but I'm not going to be rushing them. I mean, I can get them done, all painted up and out of the way fairly quickly, and then I can concentrate on getting some of the G-Steelers done for you, and then I can just get on with painting them. And then hopefully we can get a game in at some point. Once I learned how to play it, I've never played it before. So that's all that's coming along in the course of the next few weeks, possibly months. Who knows? But there we are. Now, as I said, this should have been a Q&A session. It isn't a Q&A session because we only had one question. Please, 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 please feel free to ask any questions you would like. They do not have to be related to anything I do in this channel. They can be about anything whatsoever. However, I must say two things about the questions. First point, anything that I think is a bit too personal, I'm not going to answer it at all. Point two, if you're thinking of asking anything about sports, my answer now is I've not a clue. So there you are. So I can preemptive any question about sport by saying now I've not a clue. I have no interest in sport whatsoever. I couldn't care less about it. So that's any sports questions. There's your answer. And any personal questions, anything that I think is a bit too personal, I'm not going to answer. But please feel free to ask me anything you'd like. As I said, and I think the Q&A session last week, that's in one Q&A. I said this in one Q&A session. I don't know whether it was last week or whatever. There is no such thing as a stupid question. But from me, you might get stupid answers. Right, so that being said, please ask your questions. If you don't want to ask them in the comment section below, and you want to keep your name out of it, then feel free to email me. My address is in the description. My email address is in the description box. You've no excuses. There we are. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we get some questions for next week, along with the one that we got for this week. So hopefully I can answer them all next week. Okay, so until next week, until next time, as always, take care, God bless, and bye for now.